Chapter 1. The Shadow of Mount Fuji. Nestled at the northwestern base of Mount Fuji, hidden beneath the iconic silhouette of Japan's tallest peak, lies a forest unlike any other. A forest so dense, so silent, that it seems almost frozen in time. This is Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees. Stretching over 30 square kilometers, this ancient woodland is built upon hardened lava flows from Mount Fuji's eruption in 864 CE. Its twisted trees and moss-covered rocks weave a labyrinth of shadows where sunlight rarely penetrates. The air is still, almost unnervingly so. Even the wind seems reluctant to pass through. To those who have ventured here, it is known by a more chilling name, Japan's Suicide Forest, a place whispered about, feared, and mythologized. But the story of Aokigahara is not merely one of darkness. It is a tale of culture, tragedy, myth, and the silent suffering of those who walk its shadowed paths. Chapter 2. Nature's Labyrinth. The forest's density is deceptive. Paths twist and turn, disappearing under thick moss and jagged lava rock. Compasses often fail, disrupted by the iron-rich volcanic soil, leaving travelers disoriented and alone. Footsteps are muffled by the thick carpet of moss, and the forest swallows sound as if it never existed. Birds are sparse here, and the air feels heavier than the world beyond its borders. It is a place where the ordinary laws of the outside world seem to fade, and in that silence, the human mind, already fragile, can feel a profound sense of isolation. Local guides often speak of the forest as if it were alive, not just trees and soil, but something more. A consciousness that watches and waits. Chapter 3. A History of Shadows. The association of Aokigahara with death is not new. Its dark reputation stretches back centuries, woven into Japanese folklore. In ancient times, tales told of yurei, vengeful spirits born from grief or betrayal, wandering the forest. Locals feared the forest as a portal to the spirit world, a place where humans were not meant to tread lightly. There are even stories of ubasute, a practice, though historically debated, where elderly or infirm family members were abandoned to die in remote forests. Whether myth or reality, the image lingered, Aokigahara, as a place where life ended. By the 20th century, the forest's grim reputation evolved. Literature and media began to fix its identity as a site of despair. The 1960 novel Kuroi Jukai portrayed lovers choosing the forest as their final resting place, solidifying the cultural association. Chapter 4. The Modern Epidemic. Today, Aokigahara is tragically known worldwide for suicides. Official figures are no longer widely published, a deliberate attempt to curb copycat tragedies. But each year, dozens of people disappear into the forest, leaving behind a trail of notes, personal belongings, and silent testimonies of despair. Volunteers and police patrol the forest constantly. Ribbons tied to trees mark paths and search areas, a subtle attempt to reclaim order in a place designed to disorient. Yet despite their efforts, the forest claims lives, young and old, wealthy and poor. Despair does not discriminate. In its stillness, the forest mirrors the silent suffering of a society struggling with mental health and isolation.
Chapter 5. The Cultural Lens. Japan's struggle with suicide is complex, tied to cultural notions of honor, shame, and social pressure. Unlike Western cultures, where open discussions of mental health have gained traction, Japanese society often values endurance and emotional restraint. Within this context, Aokigahara becomes more than a forest. It is a symbol, a place where societal pressures meet personal despair. And yet, it is also a place where the human story is visible in the smallest details: folded clothes, handwritten notes, or a carefully arranged photograph left behind by someone seeking a final moment of control.
Chapter 6. Voices from the Forest. Volunteers who patrol Aokigahara speak of encounters that are both heartbreaking and haunting. Some find people wandering in confusion, disoriented, barely able to speak. Others discover the personal relics of those who came to die. Letters explaining their pain, items meant to be remembered, sometimes even food left uneaten. Every object tells a story. Every silence is a voice that demands to be heard. The forest is not indifferent, it is patient. It does not rush, does not react. It absorbs human suffering and in return teaches a stark lesson: that isolation can be invisible, yet profoundly destructive. Chapter 7. The Signs and Interventions. In recent decades, the Japanese government and local authorities have taken steps to intervene. Trailheads are now marked with signs urging visitors to reconsider. Your life is a precious gift from your parents. Please think of them. Talk to someone. Don't suffer alone. Counseling centers and suicide prevention hotlines are accessible for those who enter the forest. And yet, the forest remains, in many ways, a magnet for those seeking an end. Volunteers tie ribbons to trees, search systematically, and sometimes speak directly to those on the verge, offering comfort and urging them to return to life. In this act, Aokigahara becomes not just a site of tragedy, but a place of potential salvation. Chapter 8. Pop Culture and Myth. The forest's reputation has spilled into movies, documentaries, and books worldwide. Films like The Forest, 2016, dramatize its eerie beauty, often amplifying fear and fascination. Books, both literary and instructional, have painted Aokigahara as a site of inevitability, but such depictions are dangerous. They risk romanticizing despair, turning real human tragedy into voyeuristic spectacle. Even documentaries must tread carefully. Aokigahara is more than a story. It is a living testament to suffering, resilience, and the urgent need for empathy. Chapter 9. Beyond the Darkness. Yet, Aokigahara is not only a forest of death. It is a forest of life, ancient and enduring. In spring, mist drifts over moss and roots, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. In winter, snow blankets jagged lava flows, softening the harsh terrain. Hidden caves, like the Narusawa Ice Cave and Fugaku Wind Cave, reveal the geological wonders of Mount Fuji's volcanic legacy. Hikers, photographers, and nature lovers visit each year, often unaware of the forest's dark reputation, drawn instead by its unique beauty and serene isolation. It is here, in the quiet and the natural rhythms, that the forest's truest lesson emerges. Life continues, even in shadowed places, and healing is possible. Chapter 10. The Human Mirror. Aokigahara is not merely a forest, it is a mirror of society's silence, a reflection of human despair, and a reminder that mental health cannot be ignored. Every note left behind, every ribbon tied, every patrol that rescues someone on the brink speaks to a profound truth that connection saves lives. In a culture that often hides suffering, Aokigahara exposes it, unflinching. It challenges us to listen, to intervene, and to recognize the fragility and resilience of the human spirit. Chapter 11. Closing Reflection. In the shadow of Mount Fuji, beneath the ancient pines, Aokigahara waits, not to claim lives, but to remind us of the lives that suffer silently. Each silence in this forest is a story, each ribbon a plea, and in that stillness, if we choose to listen, we find not just tragedy, but the urgent call to understand, to connect, and to save. Aokigahara is no longer just the sea of trees. It is a mirror of humanity, a place of reflection, caution, and hope.